year's was. I mean,
Did you not read it? It's like an
Yeah.
ongoing story.
no, but
No, you mean
it's about
Cassandra.
Cal. It's
but Cassandra's Tears is like it's not the characters. It's like it's about you're only just getting into it right now when you're the being abducted by the pirates.
Okay.
So it's kind of something to do with what they're doing.
Okay.
The Kid Crimson issue that comes out today is pretty good, actually. David's been writing some pretty cool stuff. So we have our five post ready, Ben. Or you just like screw it? I can't. I'm just like you guys defeated me. I can't do it anymore.
No, what do we tell them for 5?
You get to sleep.
The $6 million stretch goal is Ben gets 8 hours sleep. No, I mean, yeah, it's great. I mean, although I think we're wearing out. Thank you. You guys are awesome. You're amazing.
Yeah.
I think we say that every time everyone exceeds our expectations. It's it's a pretty awesome community, I have to say.
But it does work though because they continue to give you money. So.
Yeah. Well, I think they're all giving money so they can have a cooler, better game. So.
And $6 million was your original top tier, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
It was the very top tier. Yes, that was the one.
There's no top tier. And if they can do that, they'll have everything we ever imagined.
Yeah, well, that was kind of the you shoot for the stars and you hope you get the moon, but we're pretty damn close to the stars.
You
Pretty
can
amazing.
add more systems in? I mean, that would be...
No, you can always add more systems. Yeah, I mean, basically, there's just every system, every ship costs a certain amount of money. It's because it's the time it gets to it. So,
Right.
and so we are doing a little bit of procedural stuff, but not like the way Elite's going to be doing it. So we're more focused on texture and sort of building specific environments and giving them a feeling. So it's just a different approach to how to do the game. It's just a bit more focused on character that just takes a bit of time. It takes time to create it. It takes time to.
Now that we bring that up, this was like my main thing is I had pledged, only like $125, and then I thought about the planetary aspect and being able to use the strategies of locations on planets and stuff, and being able to take over planets and logistics and stuff. And I thought that would just add a lot to the game. And I'd already read something about that you felt that there wasn't enough technology to allow that to happen with all the detail in the ships. But in 10 years from now, I mean, where do you envision going with this game when it comes to?
Well, I definitely would like to sort of slowly build more of that in. It's really a content issue. So, there's nothing that would prevent us to have a lot of first person, like even combat and action down on the ground if you wanted, but because the engine actually supports it quite well, it does all that very well. But it's all a matter of content. I mean, if you look at Crisis 2, I mean, they basically worked for quite a few years on just like New York, and it's fairly linear in that particular game. They sort of put you alongside they sort of move you along these sort of tunnels. So it just takes a lot to put the detail in. So that's why in space it's easier because you can put a lot of detail in the ships.
Right.
But we really detail out a constellation, but it's not like we need 100 different kinds of constellation, because that's what happens in first person level down on the ground.
Right.
So we do a constellation really well. It works well, but there's lots of players who will fly.
Well, I understand you like to do detail and immersion. So if you had a planet, you'd want to make it look like a planet.
Well, that's kind of part of the problem. And so I think you can do stuff that's contained around the landing pad and going into the bars, which is kind of what we do, which you saw a little bit of. So I think that would be sort of the stuff that maybe we would gradually sort of build on and add on.
But I was just wondering, instead of actually going into detail on the planets, is to just do something generic, but allow to purchase property and just not really show structure, but just have structure that's kind of calculated, I guess. I wouldn't really know how to go about wording it, but just to have the ability to planets to actually mean something, to have ownership of a planet or part of a planet.
Well, I don't think you'd ever be owning planet itself, but you'll definitely be able to like eventually buy like a level of real estate, whatever it is, your luxurious penthouse on.
Well, I'm
on a
thinking of,
planet.
like putting a base on a planet, and then, that planet now has some strategic, value, and it may threaten someone else, so now they want to attack, and just, I think it just triggered off a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah, that would be cool, but I don't think. I mean, that would be a long way off. But we have something to a level of that, like in space. So, like if you've got like an asteroid base or something, it will be exactly like that.
Okay.
So in the space side, yes, but on the planet, because it's just a scope and a scale thing, and if I want to do it, I want to do it right, and
Right.
I kind of don't want to not do it right. So that's kind of the way it's broken down.
Okay.
A lot of repeats.
Wow. Okay. Well, we're
But we are close.
$15,000 away from 5.5 million.
Frustrating, just.
I suppose I would ask a question. So you say you want to bring in some old voice actors from the Wing Commander series. When we